We are
now in session.
Welcome back, everybody. We have a special session today. Before we get started, though, we want to thank everybody that is listening to us, been supporting us, been subscribing to us, and engaging with us within our Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
YouTube.
Another special shout out is going out to Lao American Sport, which is a broadcast or a podcast that they kind of put Lao athletes, Southeast American athlete on the map. So give them a like, follow, and subscribe. They're doing them pretty good work over there, that's putting our people on the map. So they're kind of like our brother podcast, and we're want to send a lot of love and support that way.
Yep.
So before we begin, we want to bring in Mr. International himself.
Yeah. Let's go, Mr.
Baby.
International.
What's up, guys? Thank you.
Hey, before we even get started, I want to know if you were a fruit, which one would you be? What's your fruit spirit?
Papaya.
Papaya? Why papaya?
You nailed it.
You want to be crunchy.
You want to be Well, I was surprised that he answered it so quickly.
Like the young papaya or like the ripe papaya?
I want to be the right one.
No, the sweet one.
The sweet one.
The sweet one. Okay. The sweeter the better. Honestly,
Mr.
I thought you were
Harris.
going to go with the raw one for making papaya salad.
No. Yeah, I like the raw one, but the right one, I think everybody can.
Okay. But why is that?
It's really good. It's sweet, and it's like a subtle flavor.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you would have said coconut. Coconut is sweet, and is strong. Well, I guess you can say that about papaya.
Mango too.
Or like maybe like dragon fruit.
Dragon fruit.
The one with the red one. You got to pick
you're going exotic now, Mr. Harris. You're going exotic. So, for the folks, how did you get the name Mr. International?
Mm-hmm. This is long story short, but before I did my cooking show, I was a club promoter. So, so I did that with the Bay Area. So people would call me the Turnip King. So, like life of the party. And I was always promoting parties and stuff. And then after that, I started my cooking show. It just kind of went in a full circle.
Oh, nice.
So, Mr. Party Animal, I did not expect to see that.
I didn't expect that either.
Dude, I was expecting you were behind the kitchen trying to be a chef, but knowing that you're going to be a club promoter. So, which club do you party the hardest at?
Oh, I always do at the Park Ultra Lounge in Sacramento.
Okay.
Ooh. And before that, we had like a club bar lounge called Polaris, and that was the spot. Everybody went there. Then you have downstairs like a local dive bar.
Yeah.
We had a mermaid come down.
Nice.
I remember that.
Oh, that's the one downtown, right?
Yeah.
Downtown.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we've been there a few times.
Yeah. What kind of music is in that establishment?
It's always a EDM, hip hop, a little bit everything. Yeah. I thought that.
What are you into?
I like EDM.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of everything. Yeah.
Sure. I thought you were gonna say Malam.
Malam.
A little EDM.
Lambo. Yeah.
What's EDM? Is it like
electronic dance music?
Do they have lyrics or just all
No,
beats?
you can have anything as long as like dun, 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 you know?
Oh, okay, so like a house music.
Like the new wave. Remember new wave back then?
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
Alice DJ and all that, DJ Sammy, but now it's like the new one.
Man, I haven't been to the clubs for how long? What, like 10 years?
Oh, wow.
So I have no idea how like these new musics are.
It's been a while.
You're so polite, like your demeanor and everything is like very polite, like not really in your face, like Lucky or Charles.
That's cool. That's
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that a compliment or a slap for the two of us?
Totally trying to slap
I know.
indirectly.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
But you know what? You are polite.
Yeah.
I like the best you got going on right there. You're hella rocking it.
Thank you guys.
So, Harris, like we watch your videos. It's very inspiring. The things that you share, the small detail content you produce, you know what I mean? Like those are very important, like what made you shift from the club world to want to say, what, I want to share the world the Lao food. What inspired you to do that?
What inspired me is when I went to YouTube, like just to see what Lao food has, or maybe music, dancing, anything Lao. Just want to get to know more about my culture. And at that time, YouTube was a resource because at that time, either you go onto your computer to go onto MySpace and have Tila Tequila or you really we had a backflip razor phone. That's all we could do,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So YouTube was the thing besides cable. So I went and I saw Cooking with Nana and House with Tia. Those are the only two that were kind of speaking Lao and in English too.
Right.
Yeah.
And then other than it was just the mom and pops
Yeah.
one. They're speaking loud. They don't care. You know, like they're recording from, I don't know, the handheld camera or the iPhone. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But I was like, how come there's not enough versus Vietnamese people, Cambodian people, like anything, right? Filipino.
Right.
We didn't have that.
Yeah.
It was just Cooking with Nana and House with Tia. So that made me, inspired me to join it. I said, what can I do to help our culture just to be a part? I just wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Right.
And then another thing, what's more is my mom. Every time I come out, she's eating with them. Like remember not with Cooking with Nana or Tia, she watches them, but there's other people who just eat and just. And I'm like, what is she doing? You know?
They eat in front of the TV.
Yeah, eating with
Watching
them. They're talking.
Yeah.
She's like, what's that lady's eating? You know?
Yeah.
And I was like, Mom, you know, maybe I can do this too. She's like, yeah, do it. So that's how I got
So
started.
was it the video that they're just eating on hot papaya or like
a
those
mukbang
spicy noodles?
Just anybody. Just
Anybody.
they eating with their family. They're recording. You know how like
Yeah.
Asian people eat.
Yeah.
And then she's just eating like jalpadek or something like that, and with the you know. Sum tam tat and whatever, you know?
yeah.
And my mom's like into that.
Yeah.
She'll sit there and watch it. And she's like, oh, scroll, I want to watch this video. She don't know how to use it.
So you had to help her.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you connect the laptop to the TV
Yeah.
with the RGB wire at that
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
When you had a flat screen and you had the input
Yeah.
HDMI,
Yeah.
like, oh, damn, we're advanced. We're in 2020. And then, so we did that. And then after that, I didn't even tell my mom I was going to do it. Because I always love Lao food because
Yeah.
you can't get anywhere. And she would love to make like the okai, osin, and mok, all that. And I'm like, hey, I want to introduce that to our the culture here in America and let people know what Lao food is
Yeah.
in my way, my take,
right.
you know, my spin, my twist. And at that time, I didn't see any guy as well on YouTube at that time, unless you see Yang Yang Can Cook or, you know, stuff like other guys. So that, it wasn't even that, you know, big right there back then too for just food in general. But so yeah, that's what inspired
Yeah, I
me.
remember growing up watching Yang Can Cook. Like that's like my go-to thing. So
good.
when did you have you start doing the cooking thing with your mom, or did you just went out and find places that cooked and start eating it?
I didn't really food blog in the beginning. I did straight tutorials. So like I start off with like my first tutorial was gang no mai. And everybody's like, what the hell is this? Like who's this guy, you know? So I started off like just like that, and then I filmed it.
Yeah.
And I went with it. I didn't know that it was gonna go to this far. Wow, it really brought the community together, and it's just a beautiful thing.
At that time, you've been doing this what 6-7 years now?
Almost 4 years. It's still 3 years now.
At that time, you know, it was still fresh and new, and you know, not a lot of people knew how to cook, right? Like the Gang the Mai stuff, right? And you know, I noticed, you know, sometime, you know, people would ask, well, how you make this? How you make this? And when you document that stuff, people could actually go off that now, and then it's kind of giving them a resource to cook, you know, because you know, I can't cook, you know, but a lot of people out there, I'm pretty sure it's in the same.
Yeah, I think everybody goes to YouTube now, you know, just to look at that. My question here is, what is your favorite Lao food?
My favorite is gonna be a mokai. You know?
Mokai? Oh,
okay.
Yeah. And then of course the regular one is either the debate with kapun or kaupiek, right? Yeah, that's
No
the
pho?
really top one.
Wait, so which one is yours? Kapun or kapiak?
Kapun depend. You know, this is so hard right now because it's cold.
Yeah.
Right now is kaupiek right now.
Okay.
But towards the summer and spring, you know, it's gonna be kapun. Yeah.
Okay.
It goes with the weather.
Yeah.
What's your specialty? And you cook, right?
Yeah.
So what's your specialty? Like, what's your go-to dish?
My go-to dish is gonna be like papaya platter. A lot of people love seeing me eat this papaya platter. It's almost like a charcuterie board, Lao version, and you just have a little bit of everything on the tam tat, and then you have your veggies, herbs, and then your papaya salad as your main course.
When you actually like film your videos and you got food displaying, do you actually eat all of that?
I don't.
At the end of the show?
You'll see a lot of my fans and supporters always commenting, "Do you finish it?" I said, I don't, because actually it just majority of the time my wife doesn't even eat that too, because she don't prefer to eat meat or anything. She eats some of the papaya.
Yeah.
And then so I do it just to put on a show to show or showcase our food.
Yeah.
Like people, because if it looks beautiful, people gonna watch it. If I'm just eating papaya, they're just gonna scroll, right?
Yeah.
So presentation is key, and you want to keep your fan base. And then I eat that, and then throughout the day I'll finish what I can. But a lot of the stuff is easy to eat, like pork belly with sticky rice. Papaya, if I make a batch, I'm probably gonna finish maybe a quarter or half. Yeah.
Okay.
I notice in your videos it's very meticulous. It's very like thought out, very like organized, you know.
Yeah.
And now that I met you, it's like wow, it really
Fits.
the things that you present. You know, your content is really quality. Do you focus on that, putting out like quality content, or you just like sometimes just I'm gonna shoot this and then wing it?
You know, at first I was really don't want to create content until it's the way I like it, because the fact that is I want to put out content, because if you put out stuff and then that chance where people watch your content and they don't connect, they're not gonna want to watch it again. They see you, they're gonna scroll. So at first I was really making sure that I put out quality content, but as it moved on to reels and short videos, it became so much easier, guys. I can make like eating a little quick, you make kapun again, and then boom, you got content, So over the course of time, it got better, and it kind of all fell into place. Yeah.
Nice.
And who have you collaborated that's like, blowing your mind?
Oh, I collaborate with lovely Mimi. She has like over 10 plus million followers. And she's like, hey, I love... she's Vietnamese. She used to be from Love and Hip Hop.
Love and Hip Hop. Yeah.
She's very popular. She's on. I don't know if you guys seen Wild and Out.
Yeah. Wild and Out.
Yeah.
They cap on his channel.
Yeah.
The canon. And now it's the Thai guy. No.
Oh, Timothy Delgado.
Timothy
Delgado. Yeah.
So he's the one that she's working with, and she hit me up and she's like, yeah, let's collaborate because your food looked good. I'm like, I want to try. It was so random. I'm like, heck yeah. And she was super down to earth.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've been meeting a lot of people too. One of my close friends is Drex. And I can't believe how crazy he blown up.
Yeah, he blown up.
Well, I don't know if you guys know Drex is the guy with the camera. He goes,
oh, yes, that guy, the one shot.
one shot. Yeah. That's actually one of my friends that we club promote together.
Yeah.
Small world. Yeah. Small world. And he came over to hang out. And then, but it just feels normal because I didn't, he's a big deal, but I'm like, you're still my homie,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How was it like working with Lovely Mimi, man? Her personality is really out there. She's very loud, outspoken, very direct, but fun to be around, because I watched her for many years.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know A too.
Yeah.
So she and A, they're not their personalities not exactly alike, but they're like that. They're like, you wanna, they're funny. Like, they're out there and they're joking around, and she has her own way and then A has her own way too. But I would say Lovely Mimi, she can make you just laugh the whole time. She just like make you feel good about yourself. Like she'll always ask questions and how you're doing, and it's never about herself.
Lovely Mimi, you got to be on the show next. All right, got you. You got to come over here now.
She has that positive vibe.
Yeah.
She's
I'm
cool.
not usually on social media a lot, so like everything that you guys talk like, who? So I don't know,
sometime, brother, Kobe, every time when you see person to face, then you're like, oh, you know her.
Yeah.
Toby, sorry. It was a lemonade.
We'll give you another lemonade.
So, since you work with Lovely Mimi, like, have you guys ever thought of doing a show together, or you just want to stick with your own thing?
No, that was never brought because she's like a very big influencer, huge out there. So I was just honored to work with her, but I would never like even ask her, hey, do you want to do this or do that? But if that time come, I would definitely be down. Yeah, I did joke around about Fear Factor.
Yeah,
like Asian Fear Factor.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Like, she'd be on the cast and like, oh, this is nothing. Give me this. Need this fermented fish.
Get the chicken feet with the
chicken
kailuk.
feet. Ooh, that's great.
The kailuk.
So Fear Factor, like, do you like the duck blood?
Yeah, I can eat that.
You eat that?
I was supposed to do where brother Johnny, he's here, he does like cook, and he was like, Hey Harris, are you staying another day? Because I want to do let's do a show on the duck blood
duck
thing.
blood.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, it's a coagulated blood.
Coagulated blood.
Yeah.
What about B?
I have that. I have like I have a lap dip on
Lap
my
dip?
show
Yeah,
too.
lap
Yeah,
dip.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I did a joking round one for Halloween. I said, "Wow, vampire!" So I came out. I want to make it where you bring attention to our culture, but in a way that people want to know. Like, okay, yeah, it's raw, but it's vampire joking around. You know,
It's crazy because like you look at statistics and people that watch YouTube, like a lot of people are not understanding, or maybe they haven't educated themselves about the Lao culture, you know. And I think what you bring, what I've seen, is a very unique style in teaching. Even like young folks that, even my nephew that watch you, you know, like they are first generation American.
Oh,
you know?
wow, that's
So
huge.
when they get to watch that, they're like, oh man, that guy look like us too. But Mom and Dad, I want to eat some of the stuff he eat too, right? What is that stuff? What is bio? Like, what is B, right?
Yeah.
You don't try it. And us kids, I didn't eat bio till I was an adult. Honestly,
still
man.
don't eat that.
Yeah,
It's
it's
you don't know.
It's just different. you know?
Yeah.
So, like, when you think about the stuff that you put out, like, what goes to your mind? What goes to, you know, the presentation and the mind and your knowledge of that? What do you put into that?
I kind of look at it as like an art, again, going back to like presentation, how you present it, and comparing it to other cultures' food for understanding of the flavor profile.
Yeah.
Meaning that if you eat it like this, it's kind of similar to bamboo way.
Right.
Or like, you know, anything like that.
Yeah.
Similar, to like Chinese this or this and that, so people can understand
Right.
those flavor profile and they'll be interested into trying it, you know. And when they try it, they need to understand what they're gonna taste.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you say, padek is gonna have a funky, strong,
right,
pungent,
right.
Yeah.
and then when the people try that, they know that they
know.
taste it. They're
Yeah.
okay, that's what it's supposed to taste like.
Right.
And then of course you have to understand that for this you have to acquire taste, right?
Right.
All of us, you know,
Yeah.
and as we get older, the food, we becoming more interested to try a different food, you know. And then when you describe it and compare it to something,
Very descriptive, very knowledgeable. You know, I learned a lot. That's why, you know. Wow.
I eat to survive, man. So,
yes.
Hey,
Oh my goodness.
Toby eats to survive.
you can see the
amazing.
difference in the body size.
Between me and Charles, you know, we love all that.
We eat for pleasure.
Yeah, we eat for
you
pleasure.
know how like when you describe, this food is sweet, this food is more spicier, right? I'm like, they taste the same to me.
Yeah,
you know, like
no, I
I
totally
can't
get it.
tell the difference. I don't
Exactly.
have to taste bud, you
Yeah.
know, so it's
So-
very different.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
know.
Charles.
You've been eating a lot of crazy stuff, but is there anything that you won't eat?
So far, you know, like a lot of the stuff people don't realize that I'm not able to eat like fish.
Really?
Fish?
Yeah.
Like-
Like the scent, like if there's a scent, I can't do it. Like
you do sushi?
Sushi, I struggle with sushi.
Oh, really?
I do the
Wow, I didn't know
cook
that.
sushi,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I can do ahi tuna. But like with salmon, I can do a little, but I can't do like was it omakase?
Omakase. Yeah.
Omakase, yeah.
Oh man, that's so good.
Because I get invited all the time,
Yeah.
like to go do it. I'm like, how do I respond? You know, like the fish roll in and I take a bite. I'm like, damn. And then the chef is cooking for you, and you don't want too much soy sauce. It's kind
Yeah.
of disrespectful,
Right.
right?
Disrespectful.
You're supposed to like cleanse your palate with the ginger.
Yeah.
And then I do it. I'm like, damn, I can't do it. Like, damn, like the scent. Like I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't even walk to a fish
Market?
area.
Yeah.
But I'm like, give me the crab. I want the crab. I can eat the crab and stuff, but like,
So it's just
that-
fish,
Yeah, fish.
but crabs and like shrimp,
Shellfish.
and shellfish you guys could do, but
Yeah,
no fish. huh?
octopus. Yeah.
So
But
what
I
about things that
struggle with
are
fish.
like fishy?
Huh? That's the one I struggle with.
The
The fish.
fish,
yeah. that's
But
what you
if it's like Lao style, we can do it because we deep fry it, right?
yeah,
pan pa,
Pan pa, yeah, pan pa.
เฮ็ดพันปลา or อย่างก็หมกปลาก็ได้
หมกปลาก็ได้
มี
yeah.
ผักชีมี
Okay, yeah.
You know, I can do it because the herbs, Lao people, we kill the herbs
kill the-
to
yeah.
get
You
rid
kill
of the
the
fish.
scent.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
scent, yeah.
Uh-huh. And then so then it becomes like almost like a texture type of thing for me when it becomes the sushi. But I hope to build to it because I don't want to be disrespectful, you know.
How about like the fish kapun? Can you do the fish kapun? You can do that?
Yeah, because everything is over the curry, the coconut milk
paste,
is
yeah.
is rich and creamy.
Yeah.
It becomes well balanced. But when I have to do just the fish by
Just
itself,
fish,
I'm like,
yeah.
dang, I struggle. But if it's deep fried, it's already good, you know, because you dip
Okay.
it with jiao som or jiao ban. You know?
Okay, yeah.
So stuff like
So you could do like palatna and all that other stuff.
Oh, bomb! Yeah.
Yeah.
Then when they pour the gravy on,
Oh man,
so nice.
I'm getting hungry now, right?
Yeah,
Talking about
I can eat
it.
that.
Let's take it back a little bit further. Where is your family like from? Or were you born here, or were you from
Laos.
back Laos?
I was born here in Murder Beach, South Carolina, and I haven't visited back yet.
Yeah.
I was born there, and then my dad is from Bulikamsai, so Kulapaksan, and then my mom's Vientiane. So
Yeah,
she's a city girl, and my dad is country.
Oh man,
Yeah.
how did it meet?
Huh?
You know how did they meet?
America,
America,
yeah, because after the refugee camp and everything, so
Yeah.
they like, oh, you're from this city, that's how like almost like arranged marriage kind of, you know,
Right,
yeah,
got
stuff
you,
like
got
that.
Are you the only child in the family?
No, I have 3 siblings, so 4 siblings, so 1 real brother and 3 half sisters.
Are you the oldest?
Yeah.
Oh man, we're all the oldest over here, so you're
We're all the
responsible
oldest.
for a lot of things.
All of us.
Yeah,
All of us.
awesome.
So we're like the
Yeah.
pioneer. We
Yeah.
always get in trouble the most,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Because we're
The
we're
most
oldest.
stressed out, yeah. I had to drink
know,
my
you-
lemonade for this.
Well, we're so grateful you're here in Fresno, but there's a bigger reason why you're here in
Yes.
Fresno. Like,
Yes.
what brings you to town?
Right here, I'm here on to my food tour.
Yeah.
And then 2 for Sabadi Fest too. We're doing where we're Southeast Asian Cella too.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a beautiful thing because it brings people together, whether
Yeah.
it's podcast, dancer, singer,
Yeah.
anything, community.
Right.
It's gonna be a place where it brings everybody together, and that's why I'm so excited to be here for.
Yeah.
Are you emceeing?
I am the MC.
You're
I'm
the
one of the
MC for
yeah.
Sabadi Fest, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's gonna be
I'm
interesting.
so honored.
Yeah. A couple shots right
Yes.
before.
Are you doing both days
No,
or?
session. I for the first day I'm doing they gave me an honor to host the papaya salad
Okay,
competition.
competition.
So I'm gonna be doing that, and then after that, if they need any help, I can do that. But I'm gonna be closing the show down for day 2. So that means that
sweet.
my job is harder because I gotta bring it.
Yeah.
You know, because the people are gonna be hungover on the day before. So I gotta take all my clubbing days and bring it. You know,
Yeah.
Hey, so the papaya contest, is it making or eating?
eating, and then it's gonna be anybody from the crowd.
Well, sign us up.
Yeah, you guys want to? Yeah, okay. I'll tell you. I'll bring you guys on stage.
Wait, hold on,
Maybe
Charles.
spicy. I
Sign
don't
yourself
know.
up. Yeah.
Spicy, Charles.
Charles,
Yes.
no, Charles will represent
Yes.
now in session.
Yeah, I could eat
Yeah,
spicy.
we'll bring
Just,
Charles.
I
Bring
can't eat
Charles on
spicy.
stage.
No.
just give me my scarf because you know I'd be
I can't
sweating.
eat spicy.
I'm gonna go support. I'm gonna look at
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I can't do spicy.
Yeah, I can't
food.
taste the spice, Toby. I mean, you can't taste the spice.
I can't do spice. I can't do spice. But you will be perfect because you
Yeah.
sweat.
I know.
So we want this. We want to show the folks that are watching the sweatiness.
So
Yeah.
you might not know this. I sweat a lot.
Yeah.
Even before I start eating, like just looking at the papaya salad.
Oh,
I look like I'm just sitting in a
Charles
sauna.
is one of those. Charles is one of those.
I just dripped it.
more flavorful.
More flavor. Wait, add more salt to the flavor.
Flavor.
And people would be like, "Hey, is what you're eating spicy?" I go, "No, I didn't put nothing in here. It's just black pepper."
People say, Charles, I like to look at the food and feel it first.
Oh, yeah.
Feeling, feel the energy, the
Feel the
vibe.
energy.
Yeah.
Feel the
It
energy.
tastes.
When,
Like you-
when did you find out that you love food and that you like to present all these stuff?
When people ask me like how do you love Lao food, I grew up eating it because quite kawat kawa in translation to Lao, that means I was a temple boy. So I go to the temple with my grandma a lot.
See. You
go-
go with the persona. in there.
Right, yeah.
So what happens is in the temple you have all the cooks there. The ladies, they cook, they gather around and they cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a big potluck, and it's almost
Yeah.
like a Thanksgiving
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
us
yeah.
all the
Yeah.
time. Is
Yeah.
for a lot of people is every time, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes our temple, our Sundays are Mondays. you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like takbat and stuff.
Wow.
So I was very humbled to have grandma do that. And then, so that's how I got my culture and learned about my culture.
Wow.
And then, so that's how I did the food. And then I eat that. I prefer that over McDonald's,
Yeah.
when I was younger. I just wanted the toy.
Yeah.
And then, I was struggling with eating pizza and with French fries until I got
Really?
older.
You
struggle?
Yeah, I would
Oh,
eat
man.
it.
Wow.
I would eat like the stew, Lao stew, which is okay, or
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
prefer that.
Yeah.
It must be the MSG.
Wow. yeah.
Thank God. This is bland. I don't want this.
Bang no padak.
Language. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah, the
Salt and vinegar. Move over.
yeah.
MSG.
I was gonna say because man, we were into the Pizza Hut,
Yeah.
McDonald's, right? Wow, that's good for you.
I didn't want that.
Yeah,
You
you
the opposite, huh?
Yeah.
you addicted to the padak for
Yeah,
sure.
I love the padak.
Yeah.
Because we were forced to eat that.
We forced to eat. Yeah, I'd be crying.
Yeah.
I don't eat that.
You want to go here, you want to go that. And I just want to go Chuck E. Cheese to play. I don't want the
Yeah.
fucking pizza. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh, there's the lemonade.
No, it's uncensored on the show. We're good.
But yeah, so that's what I love. And then until I got a little bit older, that I started eating tacos and all
Yeah,
that
all
other
the
stuff.
other
And I love it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So food is beautiful. It brings people together.
Yeah. Melting
You
pot,
said
yeah.
that you grew up in the temple. So I'm trying to picture the two together. 'Cause you were a club promoter too. So I'm like, okay, well, how? Yeah,
You gotta break out his shell later in life. Yeah.
And then you became a club promoter. How did that transition? How did you go to a club promoter?
So when I got into the club scene, because in the Lao culture, our family, we celebrate baby showers, we celebrate everything.
Yeah.
Everything. We celebrate everything. Life, death, everything, and there's always food and drinking. So I was tempo, then I came home to my parents who were young parents, and they were the partiers.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom gamble, my dad drinks, and they do the molam and
Normal
they
things,
sing
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And then so I see the sun makalok and
Sun
and I Bob, Bob, take this one.
So you play tate too?
Yeah, takte.
Oh, you play tate?
Tatem deng.
Yeah.
หกซีอีออกใส่หกซีอีออก
It was like lole or straight, whatever,
okay,
I took
okay.
that. Sun makalok and then so I knew about our whole culture. So I played with the kids there, and then parents gambled.
Parents gamble, and you slept right next to them when you were tired.
So,
Yeah.
so grandma took you to temple to get you closer to heaven, and then
She's bad too. After the temple, she's like, go cut for me. I want to get, and she does the tobacco too. Kilmak. Yeah. Like she's bad too. I said, badly.
Yeah, that's pretty sad.
That's
So
why
it's
you have to
funny.
go to the temple on Sunday.
But then it taught me values and good, because
Yeah.
it just taught. Because I think like with Buddha and Hindu, like they just teach like afterlife, life, like do good.
Yeah, because you
Not to bring religion into this, but I'm just saying our culture. That's how it is.
I think like you were born here, and then you also had your roots at home.
Yeah.
How did that uplift you into your adulthood? Yeah, because there are some young Lao kids who are born here that are watching this too that may say like, man, I look up to Harris. How did that push you to be where you're at today? Like, yeah.
It really pushed me because of like the support within the community. It was just been very good. Like, and to see other people do it too, and inspired. Like, you inspired me. So I'm like rooting them on. Yeah, what are you making today? And you build relations with everybody and see them grow makes me happy too, because it's all a win for us, right?
Yeah.
Because the more attention we brings to it, that's how we're gonna grow like other communities, right? And I sometimes when we're DMing each other, I say that to them, and then it's really heartfelt and to see that, because bestly if we don't preserve our culture now, then the next generation doesn't have that. It's going to keep losing it. So being able to meet up with you guys or anybody that is dancing or whatever it is that we're doing that is positive, is a beautiful thing.
Do you have a lot of Laos followers back in Laos too?
I have it, but I struggle because I don't know how to communicate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back then, I slowly highlight it through the laptop and then Google Translate. And I write it. Sometimes it translate in Thai. They're like, "Are you Thai or Lao?" Oh my god! Because you know how they build it for more Thai because they don't have Lao yet. You know? And now they have it for Lao too, but still it's not like there. So I'll use emoji, thumbs up or spicy, fire, and they get it. They're like, "We get it." But if I could write Cup Jai or Sabaidi, they get it. They get it that American, and then it's awesome. Because then I'm doing food. They don't care about food because they eat that every day. Even anything, they're like, I don't know how to make yang no mai either, because they have it there available for them. They don't cook it because it costs more to cook it.
They just buy it.
The ingredients are expensive. Over there in Laos, when I went there, the people don't even know how to cook the stuff that we learn how to cook, like if you do cook at home, because they have it there already. There's 1,000 places you get nam khao or beer lao or like
Also, it's normal.
not
to
beer
do.
lao. I'm
Yeah.
thinking beer lao.
Beer lao.
It's like hamburger.
Like,
Kapun, or you got
I
lemonade?
know. Lemonade.
You got a lemonade.
What they kapun,
Kapun, huh?
It's everywhere.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
why
yeah.
would you make it, right?
Yeah, yeah,
you only
yeah.
make it for special occasion.
Right,
so
right,
I asked that too. So that's why. So sometimes when they see it, they're like, I don't care about food, but they do show support here and there too. Yeah.
What's your future projects? Do you have some future projects coming up?
Well, yeah, my future project, now that I became more of a food blogger, I think I graduated from my tutorials because I kind of exhausted my tutorials because I put out all the tutorials that needed to be put for Lao food already.
Right.
Of course, I still don't have the duck blood one, but I did have the raw that I have Genomai Kapun, anything you want to make, Kalapao or just anything like, what do you want to learn? Any kind of gel hit or whatever, I have it all there already. Even to air fry recipes if they need it, just to get people cooking.
Yeah.
But now I started food blogging, so I'm just like kind of like just venturing off my host ability to MC and to use my skill set from the clubbing days.
Yeah.
So now it's like I'm doing a little bit everything. So I'm kind of like open the door for myself to be able to do more than just Lao food.
So you're out at restaurants. You're out at restaurants eating. Wow, that's cool, man.
So are you planning to go like international on the food, or you can stick with the Southeast Asian food for now?
I've been doing all sorts. Yeah, whoever that wants to collaborate or like want me to go, I do it because I already understand the food, and I can play. I always get to tie in my flavor profile for Lao food too. So it's a great thing because food, it's just delicious. It's good, just like music.
Yeah.
Like I see you like so proper. Like you always do this. So when you meet new people, like do you do that too?
Oh yeah. Like when I meet like some of my fans and supporters. Yeah. So thank you so much. They come ask, take pictures, and get to meet them. Yeah, because and then I always do that too.
No, he did that to me when he came in. I said, man, you're so proper, man.
I know, he did the same thing. Like,
because when I saw that, I was like, what was going on here?
And that's a good thing. That's a good thing, brother, because you think about, you're also teaching the next person, these things, and we live in a society where, those sometimes we forget those things, and it's great to bring those things up, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because I remember when I was younger, my mom always told me like, "Hey, like it's a good thing to like you bringing it back on our culture and teaching how to be polite and respectful towards other people." So I was like, "Oh man, that's kind of cool." And then because the first time I saw you was when I was trying to learn how to make a pun. And I saw YouTube, and I was like, a bunch of them, and I was like, oh, this guy look cool. And I did the kapun, I'm like, and I made it. I was throwing a bunch of random crap in there. I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Came out good.
All good.
Yeah, my mom go, oh, you know how to make kapun? I go, no, this guy does.
Hey, that kapun that you made at your home last time, was that his recipe?
That's his
Really?
recipe.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Do you own a restaurant, Harris?
I was a part owners for Sabaidi, which is I Salong in Boy. So I moved down from Sacramento to be the face of the company of Sabaidi. The restaurant, it is a franchise, so there was a 5-1.
Oh, it is a franchise, huh?
I didn't know that.
That's the
so
one
from
here in
Texas. Not that. No, I know there's a Sabaidi.
There is a Sabaidi one
but the
here too.
Sabaidi from Texas.
Oh,
so they put one in Rancho. So then I Salong reached out to me. You guys know Law Supply?
Yeah.
Sabaidi Fest, and then reached out to me, and a boy reached out to me from a Zoom meeting, and they asked me to be a part of it, the vision they had, and I followed through. So I came in, and then my part ownership was to be the face of the company and to do what I do now.
Yeah.
And then after that, I decided that I want to do more outside the Sabaidi because of what I love to do is my cooking and my food blogging. Wow. And then I decided it's not right for me, and we separated on good terms. So
good.
I'm not a part of Sabaidi no more, but I'm still really close to Isa Long too. So, so we're doing Sabaidi Fest and stuff too.
You when you're juggling all these different works too, like you think about damn, I'm losing my mind again, man.
Well, doing all of these work, right? How do you find time to recuperate, recover? Because it seems like you're everywhere. You're
on the go.
videos, you're
Mr.
on the go,
International.
promoting, like how do you find time for yourself away from all the noise that's happening?
It's really tough, brother, because once you're on that mindset, you kind of almost get a high off of like, dang, I don't want to stop. I gotta keep going because it's still good. Everybody's is doing good right now. There's so much growth. I'm always burnt out. Like you said, like I have this event, then this, and then go back to shooting my recipes. And, and that's just like feeling like you have a restaurant too, because in the morning you wake up to go get like all the stuff that you need for food, because you allow food or any kind of food, is in fresh veggies and herbs, and then you have to prep it like that. And after that, after you put the recipe, you got to make sure aesthetics, right? Like you got to say presentation. So you got to get the right angles, the right lighting. Then after that, once you're done shooting, then you got to sort through hundreds of clips. And I'm sure you guys know this with sorting clips. Then you're finding the right clips that you want, listening to it. Then after that, you edit it. And then after that, you have to put a voiceover. That's a lot. Drive up. I need lemonade.
You need more lemonade, right?
More lemonade, bro.
And no, it's chicken. And then after that, then you have to pick the music for it. I'm like, so much work. Then I'm not done. I had to write the recipe down too, step by step, written recipes, so that way the people who are readers have that resource too, in finding the right hashtags. And then after that, communicating with all 4 different platforms. Like, by then, it's 3 a.m. You're like, you wake up at 6 to do it again. You're burnt out.
I like your execution. That's good. Me, I'm about execution, right? And I like the execution, that the thing that you're saying, and then you're doing all things. Man, I'm like inspired. Like,
thank you, brother.
Do you call your
I'm
mom?
holding myself from doing this. I'm like, I gotta chill.
See, we all gonna do this tomorrow now.
Grateful, thank you, brother.
Everywhere I'm walking,
Everywhere I go
this.
now. Your mom. Do you call your mom to say, "Mom, how do you enunciate this, or what is this like veggie and stuff like that?" Does she help you with that stuff?
Oh yeah. When I from what I know, I'm okay. But stuff that I don't know, like sometimes people call me out, like, "Oh, this is not how it's done."
Right.
And I'm very like polite and say, I will learn from this. Thank you. Because I'm not a chef. I'm home cooked. You know. But some people, they see me at that level, so they're gonna like kind of like contradict me on that. And then, but you got to learn from it. Hey, mom, like they said that it's like this or like this, and then she'll teach me. And I go back and redo it again, and the same person will say, "Good job." So that's cool. I didn't expect it, but thank you. They're like, "Good job, chef." I'm like, "No, I'm not chef."
Wait, so because earlier you said you do get burnt out a lot, and so when you go out and eat or go in places trying to relax, and you get fans that come up to you, like, how do you handle all of that?
Oh, I love it. That's great, because I feel like I'm doing something right, because it inspired the people, because they won't go up to anybody, and then the people that go up to me, they're like very like, "Oh, thank you for what I really love your show," and it's the greatest feeling. I think that's amazing, and I always find time for that.
Does your wife get annoyed with it?
No, she records it. She supports me. It's just,
okay.
Yeah, we don't.
Because I know Toby gets hit by the fans a couple times.
Oh no,
and he gets annoyed with it.
No, in his mind, he's like, "I like this too."
It's newer, right?
Yeah.
And it's just a different sensation, right? It's more like, oh shoot, like it's really a different world, like something that you have to get used to, and that's because I'm a private person, so it's very hard to kind of be out there,
No, I totally
kind of like you. When I see him, like, man, this guy, he's really out there. I admire that,
No, I can feel like when you're trying to have your private moment, you eat, like you just want your space.
Where I was gonna ask you, where are you from now? Where are you at now?
Oh,
as far as living.
Rancho Cucamonga.
Oh, you Rancho Cucamonga?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe I didn't ask that earlier.
But he did live in Fresno.
He did live in Fresno?
He did live in Fresno for a while, right?
A year and a half.
A year and a half. Wait, when? Like, how long ago was this?
05.
05?
05.
Okay.
Class of 2005.
What's high school you go to?
Edison.
Edison.
Tigers.
No shit.
Small world.
There's a question that Lucky wanted to ask, but he, I guess, forgot.
He's too nervous because Mr. International.
International's here.
He's so nervous.
Please.
Let's do now.
So he sees you eating all the time with all that food in your videos.
Yeah.
He wants to know how you remain your sexy figure.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Yeah,
Just hide it, Will. Just wear the dark colors.
Dark colors?
Charles, you took the question out of his mouth.
Right there, dude.
I was waiting for him. I'm like,
That's what I was
let me
gonna
help
say.
him out.
That's what I was gonna ask, man.
Drink a lot of lemonade and stuff. I have a muffin top or papaya top. It's not raw as fit, so I'm the right. Yeah, no, it is wearing like more close fitting to me. But if you were to see me when I first started, I was about Toby's size.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
So you gained some weight.
I did.
No way.
Probably 40 pounds in the past 3 years. Yeah.
Slow it down before you get to our size.
No, you guys are good. We're the same.
I think some of the viewers be watching this and say, do people do food contests? Do they actually gain weight? Yeah, we do. We do gain weight. I gain weight. Charles gain weight. Toby doesn't though.
Man, you don't do food content.
I don't do no food content, but I eat though. I eat.
No, I do food content. I just forget to document it.
Yeah. We all do somehow, huh?
So, because there's a lot of food bloggers like Mark Wayne, Anthony Bourdain, rest in peace. But who's your favorite? Did you have a favorite?
Yeah, Mark Wiens.
Mark Wiens
was
Mark
my
Wiens.
favorite because he eats everything.
yeah.
He's so nice.
Yeah.
And he eats everything. He's respectful. And his wife is Thai.
Yeah.
I think he's German and Chinese.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he learned how to speak Thai. And we're the same age too. So,
Really?
yeah.
Really?
I did not know that.
Then he did all that, and now he's in America, and I'm just a huge fan of his.
Yeah.
And to see, I don't remember their name because I haven't kept up, but there's a guy that's with Bandana.
Oh, yes.
He's
Food
really
Ranger.
cool. Yeah,
Food
yeah.
Ranger, yeah. Food
He's
Ranger.
fun. He's
Food
like,
Ranger,
yeah,
he's
he's
fun, yeah.
cool. I like watching him. And there's so many now. The so many different ones. Because the short videos and reels, people can all cook now, and everybody has different personalities. So we kind of support each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wow, you guys are awesome. I see people who do sushi and stuff.
Yeah.
Those videos
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really cool. Yeah.
But Mark Wiens, he moved to the States now?
I don't know he moved to the States, but I knew he came here during the pandemic to film. Yeah. He was doing Mexican food, all sorts. But he's one of my inspirations because I started with cooking tutorials, but then when I became more of a food blogger too, I watched his videos too and to learn how his style is and stuff too. And I get inspirations too. He's really awesome. Yeah.
Wow.
Now, question on my mind is, how do you do with peer pressure? Because in our culture, we drink a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you go to parties and stuff like that, and they're like, "Hey, Mr. International, here's a shot."
Give me
And the shot keep coming.
I give it back to them. Run away. They ran away from me. Astoria.
I was going to say, I think he's the one who's peer pressuring people.
Yeah. I think so.
Looks like it.
Looks like it.
Come on, guys, let's go. We'll sing, karaoke, have fun. But yeah. Other than that, if my wife's with me, she don't want me to drink that much. I'm like, oh, that's okay.
Oh, I got you.
Do you have kids, Harris?
No, I plan to.
Okay.
That's the next thing. So that's always been in the works too. But with the pandemic and stuff, lost grandma and stuff, so we didn't even go through with our wedding. So we just got eloped. So, So you guys get the secret out, but I will be announcing my marriage soon.
Oh, nice.
Good.
But you guys got the
We gotta bleep it out.
My wife's gonna kill me.
We'll beep
We
it out.
got your back. We got your back.
See, why do we have the lemonade
We're going to air it after he announced it.
there you go.
There you go.
Valentine's.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
3 more weeks.
3 more weeks.
3 more weeks.
Perfect. That's
Yeah.
plenty of time. Then.
Yeah. We got other stuff going on too. So
Talking about love language, because we did this earlier.
Yeah.
Do you know what your love language is?
Food.
So if your wife cooks for you, you feel loved. Then.
Yes.
Yeah.
I told her.
Yeah.
She gets intimidated. Yeah, who cares? Just cook. It's fine. Yeah.
So, who cooks in the family? Is it you or her?
I do.
You do?
Yeah. She prep.
she prep and he cooks.
Yeah.
You came here for Hmong New Year. You mentioned that earlier. We were talking. How did you like that? That it was just Hmong New Year is big here.
Yeah.
What was your experience like?
it was so different compared to Lao New Year, where it's like partying.
Yeah.
This was like very serious, you know, like their like communities so strong.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
so inspired by it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there a lot of like a Christian too.
Yeah.
And then you see like different nationality coming to support.
Right.
And they're just so like, wow, it's like beautiful. It's like a changing experience.
Right.
But then we had the Lao and Hmong food there too.
Yeah.
So I felt included too.
Included, yeah.
But their culture attire is vibrant and
Yeah.
beautiful. And then they're just to themselves and nice too. But it was cool. It was different.
Yeah.
I thought that was maybe gonna be like partying like Lao too,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
oh New Year 3 days,
Yeah, 3 days
well,
party,
Mongchella.
yeah.
No, not. There was no alcohol, no nothing. And it
Wow.
was
No alcohol,
beautiful.
really?
Yeah, no alcohol. No.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
I don't
There
think they
was
sell alcohol.
No
over there.
beer garden, nothing. It was so cool. I like it. They were throwing like the balls court.
Yeah.
So it's more about building the future relations and meeting people. I love it. It was
Yeah.
like one big network place. Yeah.
So do you go play catch and balls with them too? And,
I can't. I'm married. Well, maybe I don't know. Can they? Can you play?
I don't know. I don't know the rules.
I think that's for like when you.
That's when the single ones.
Yeah,
they
you're
get
trying
know
to
each
get
other.
to know each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been to a bunch of different places like Laos New Year, Hmong New Year. What's the biggest event that you've been to that just like, you know, blown your mind?
My biggest event, let me think. Oh, EDC. EDC because it's so huge.
Yeah.
Like the light show,
Yeah.
and then the DJs and the crowd, so much happy people, and then like the stage was like kind of like yuck, like
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah,
the giants,
yeah.
you know.
Giants, yeah.
And then you party until like 5 in the morning. You're like, holy
in the morning?
crap!
Wow.
Till the sunrise,
Yeah.
and then it's in Vegas, the heat and the music,
Yeah.
and then everyone's so nice, and it's different culture.
Yeah.
That was life changing for me.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
So Harris is was it a party boy gentleman?
He's like in the closet party animal.
Yeah,
you
he
know,
is.
like
Yeah.
what you
I like,
see
dude.
is what you would never get. Like,
Party at 5 in the morning, dude.
yeah, I could do that, man. I'm
Yeah.
old now. It's 10 o'clock. I'm in bed already.
Your parents, they must be really proud of you, huh?
They are.
Now that they've seen like, oh, my son's on video on when we go to YouTube, we watching it now. How do they share with you like how proud they are?
Yeah,
with
it's
you?
the greatest feeling.
Yeah.
They're so proud. Like they're like, oh my god, like it's because you know, like I'm a little bit like I didn't do this when I was in my 20s. I just
Yeah.
did it like in my 30s, you know, like late 30s. And then they're like, wow, this is crazy. Like the support by the whole family. They're so
yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
Because nobody has done that in the
Yeah.
family too, that or want to do
Yeah,
it. You know,
yeah,
like it's not their forte.
Yeah.
And even the siblings and generation, everybody's rooting on, and that's the greatest feeling
Yeah.
that you're making your family proud.
Yeah. If you weren't doing this, what would you be doing today? What career job would you wanted to do growing up?
This is probably just sales.
Sales?
I've just always been a people person.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
I've been always in sales.
Yeah.
So I love meeting people, and then the challenges of just making my quota in sales.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
That's what I do.
what was that feeling like when you got into this, right? And you're making your video first, and you know, were you kind of scared? Were you like happy that I made this video? I'm gonna post it out there. What was that struggle kind of like? Because a lot of people that's trying to start these podcasts, videos, and this and that, and they don't get any views. They get discouraged. How did you propel past that in order to continue forward?
Yeah, that's the scariest feeling because when you're gonna put out your first video, you don't know what people expect. So for me, I was so scared that people were like, "Stop cooking! What the hell you're doing?" I was so scared.
Yeah.
And then I put it out knowing that I have to deal with that. So when I put it out, it went well. But some people are like, "What the hell is this?" Excuse me.
Yeah.
But it was scary, like you said. But the fact that it had so much positive, to it, then it kept me going till now.
Yeah.
Right.
But there are times where maybe you don't make like the recipe people don't enjoy or like this and that, and you're gonna get negative feedback. But that's part of your growth.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then some are gonna do better than others. And that's when you kick back. If a video don't do well, that's your rest time from burnt
Yeah.
out. So you can recuperate, let that video go, and you can work on to something else. Yeah.
What do you like more? YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram? Which one do you prefer more that you're geared towards?
It's so hard because each platform is different. I would think
Okay.
TikTok is more international,
Right.
meaning that if you can speak in write Lao and communicate with other languages, more power to you, because then you can grow a lot, because people can connect with you more, But Facebook, I think my favorite is Facebook and Instagram. Because it's more American people, and they kind of like showcase it to people here in America. Because I don't really get to see anybody outside of America in Instagram and Facebook. Facebook a little bit more, they give it more, but they don't give as much. But TikTok, you get international. You don't know who the heck is following you, watching you, and then it's not consistent. So it's just like, damn, I don't know how to, what am I going to post over here? Because it seems like people like random stuff, and then it's hard to understand that. But with Instagram and Facebook, I think it's more like steady growth and always like a same people interacting. And so you know what.
It's like a community on its own.
It's easier to work with.
So with all these platforms, like you said, there's a few negative comments. Have you ever had a negative comment that just hurt your feelings?
All the time, because a lot of time that Lao recipes, we had to adapt over here. So we use more ingredients to our food, just like chicken bouillon, or like adding more. And sometimes in Lao they don't use that, so it's like, oh, this is not the original recipe. And then, but the time we came here to adapt, and we use different ingredients too. And then when I went back to Laos, I can see the difference in food too, the taste.
Does it taste better without the extra ingredients?
I like the extra ingredient here in America. I like the way we make it here. I say it all the time. People get upset, but I like the way it's made here. But I know the authentic style that we make, we use less ingredients there.
I think that's because they don't have the ingredients to use.
It's expensive.
Or they don't have vinegar over there. I don't think they have vinegar over there.
I think it's some size.
Thai people use vinegar a lot, like for a boat noodle.
Boat noodle?
Kway teow noodle.
Wow. They use vinegar in that as the ingredient?
They use vinegar with a lot of their food that they eat with the pepper vinegar.
Peppers too. The one
they add vinegar
because
because it's very heavily influenced with China too. So
Wow.
But for us, we don't use that much too. We eat it. Maybe for like mikatang or latna or something like that.
Wow.
Do you ever comment back and try to fight with them, or you just let it
No,
go?
not me. I'm like, I'm sorry. You're upset. But this is how my
why are you guys being so mean to this guy? Look how
nice he is, man.
You know how hard it is for me when I see negative comment. I just want to write something. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna leave it alone.
I don't know. I'm petty, so I would be like sitting in there like, oh yeah.
No, people battle of themselves on that. I just say, oh yeah, that's my family, and then people would debate on their own. I just don't get involved because at the time I'm not a chef and I'm just food blogging, But I don't need to explain myself every time to why I'm putting this and this and that. Everybody has their opinion to put on that. As long as they're not cursing or all that, then it's fine. You say whatever, But if it's like a lot of verbal bad stuff, then it's, I don't want that.
They just block those out.
Just
kick
you
them
don't
off.
have enough energy to give to
just
them.
because I don't want to cause hate into my profile. I want positive energy because we're cooking food. We all work hard, and then sometimes we don't want to go eat out. And it's just, I'm building community that we cook together and learn from each other. I ask for the people, if you're a chef, then teach me. Okay, thank you, chef. You're the best. Yes, I want to learn from you. And I learn every day.
I mean, like cooking on YouTube or teaching how to cook on YouTube has saved me a lot of money during the pandemics because you know how everything was closed down. And I'm like, dude, I want to eat kapun, I want to eat kopiak, and I don't know how to do anything. And then I have to Google it. And luckily, there's some people that do Laos content and that the stuff that I want. So I'm like super grateful for that. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
How do you keep your hair so perfect?
Hairspray.
Lucky needs some advice.
Nah,
You look good.
my hair thinning out, so I need different advice.
That's perfect. I hairspray or sometimes pomade. You want to shine.
Pomade shine.
Too. But we have straight hair. We're Asian.
Yeah.
So it is hard to not look like puffy, like a porcupine. So you gotta do the heavy duty, which is hairspray, because once it dries up, then you can maneuver it.
Yeah.
But if you don't if you move it, it's gonna turn white, so you gotta spray it again.
Oh my god!
Wow.
So so just cut short on the side like a fade, and then so that way.
So I remember doing that when we were in high school and stuff, like hairspray, gel, hairspray,
Oh, the
and then like
bangs,
and then I go to sleep without washing it off. That's why I got bald.
Oh no!
You go to sleep without washing your hair off?
Dude, sometimes like you come back from school, you're tired, you just lay down, you just go to sleep.
Lay down.
Yeah,
That's a clean look. People, when club promoting, I always had a 0.5 fade, so I was always bald.
Oh,
And
wow.
like,
wow.
yeah, I was always like that. That was the look. I like that too. I started doing the hair when I got into my cooking show. You know.
So do you have the same persona while you're club promoting and doing the show, or were you like a different hairs?
Same.
Same?
Yeah. Because
Okay.
then when people see me like cooking show, they'll see me partying too, and the Loud New Year.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, he's so ratchet. MC, yeah. So the people follow me. Yeah, people follow me and they like it, you know.
Yeah.
Because then now when I do Lao food, I understand Lao culture, and I do party the same way too. And because some people they will take it very strict, like if they do a cooking show, they don't want to like add their personal life into that, and then you will lose a following because sometimes people just want to follow you for food or certain thing. Me, I always been about like doing what I do, like how my life is, and like cooking is just a part of life.
Yeah.
And then for the followers that I have now, I'm grateful for, and then they know who I am.
Wow.
So be authentic.
And a lot of my friends and family know that I'm a big party boy, and still am.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. Well, all right, we'll see today and tomorrow.
So are you full time blogging and doing cooking now? You're full time now?
It's what I do for a living.
Wow,
Yes.
good. Yes.
That's a dream right there.
I
a
work
dream.
from home, and
And we'll see him party when we go to Spidey Fest.
yeah.
But we'll find out.
How far is the drive from here to Milko?
It's probably about 4.5, 5.
Oh, it's not that
same
far.
traffic.
No.
Same
Depending on
like
traffic.
4 hours.
Yeah, 4 hours.
3.5 to 4.
Just depend on traffic. If
Yeah.
there's traffic,
Well, it
yeah.
depends how fast you're going.
Yeah.
You know that stretch, that 210 Pasadena, that route, it's always
Who's the
cars
racer?
over there.
Who's the racer?
With your event, you should have got there in 2 hours.
2
bro.
hours.
They're the racer, but somehow I always get there faster.
Oh,
That's because you're always late. That's why.
Yeah, because you're always late.
You're
That's
always late, so
why.
that's why you're driving fast.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know, like when, if it's a party, I'm show up late. If it's work, sometimes I show up on time.
Konjasu Masan. That means the handsome one show up late.
It takes a little longer to, polish his head. So what are you looking forward to coming up this next quarter? Do you have like a plan, or are you just going after it?
right now I have my new sets of recipes that I want to continue because I've put out a lot already, but there's so much more that I want to do. There's so much awesome food and to connect with the community too when on my free time, because sometimes I set time to work with the community and do what I have to do. But this is my main source of income, so I have to do what I got to do first.
Yeah.
But then after that, it's just doing community work.
Wow.
And then connecting with other influencers and such as you guys, and then just keep connecting and helping uplift our culture. Other culture too, not just Lao, like anybody.
Right.
And that's awesome.
That's good. You share a message, or you would just share a message with the audience right now watching this, that some of these folks wanting to come up and do something like very similar to what you're doing. What is that message to those people that you share?
I would say, keep going and do it, because no matter what you're putting, you're helping the culture for the food, because whether you do your own pace, whatever, do it because you want to, and that, be okay with your growth, because the more time you put in it, you're going to keep growing. And then, So I always, when I see people that are new doing it, I always go and support. Wow, your food looks good, And then just want to keep motivating everybody, Let's see if someone says, oh, I love what you're doing, you want to be their biggest fans, because I've been there when I first started.
Yeah.
It was so scary because Instagram was just pictures back then, and I didn't have like the best like food display and stuff. So I knew how it was to do that, because sometimes if you don't get enough engagement, you might not want to continue doing that. So I want to share the people that are doing it, that trust the process and just keep working hard and keep doing it. And just be yourself. Do other things too. You don't have to just do that. Yeah.
Wow, amen to that, man.
All right, guys. We are coming up on our hours here.
Yeah.
So, with that final last word, we want to thank Harris for showing up, giving up this time
thank
for
you so
us.
much,
Support him at Sabaidi Fest. He's going to be at Sake tonight, and tomorrow he's going to be at Lotus Kitchen.
Yes.
Lotus Kitchen.
Lotus Kitchen. So meet and greet out there for all the fans out there, and make sure you follow him. If you want to learn how to cook Lao food, Thai food too, or just Lao.
Wow.
Anything.
Anything.
I do everything.
And if you need someone
American
to eat
Thai.
with, then
Yes.
watch his videos and
Yes.
eat too at the same time.
Yeah, totally.
All right, guys.
All right,
Thank you,
Nate.
Harris, for
Thank you so
coming.
much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you
Such
guys
an
for
honor.
listening.
Thank you, everybody.
Right.
Thank you guys.
Let's go.